Let me ask you about the Republicans, because it's 100 days in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They control the Senate, they control the House, they control the White House,
Yep.
and they just avoided a shutdown. What do you think about the strategy? Are you satisfied with what you've seen so far?
Well, there have been good moments and there have been not so good moments. I think that everybody's trying to figure out, really sort of pivoting off the White House, how they interact, how they move about on legislation, as we saw with healthcare, didn't go so well. Avoiding the shutdown was going to be an important next step. They did that. I think the real test begins on Monday. After you get past the 100-day hype, now it's like, okay, you ready to get the job done? What you going to do? You figured out you've got, you know where the bathrooms are, right? You know where everything is. You know who the players are. You need additional players in the administration. Get that done. Get them to the Senate so they can be confirmed. So the administration has a lot of work still to do. They managed through the 100 days. We'll see what happens on Monday.
Some conservatives seem to be upset with Paul Ryan.
Yeah,
in particular.
They're always upset with Paul Ryan.
Yeah. What do you think about Paul Ryan specifically? Are you happy with his performance?
Look, I'm a Paul Ryan fan. My advice to the speaker was don't take the job back when he was looking at it. I think his talents in terms of policy are not accentuated as much right now because he's got to manage the House and all of that. I think overall he's done a good job. He's done very well. He's avoided some pitfalls. He's trying to bring the administration into the Washington culture and climate as the administration is trying to help him sort of relay back to the members exactly where they want to go and how they will function with this president. So he's been a good mediator in many respects, an important one for both the White House and, for example, the Freedom Caucus. So it's been a challenging job for him. God bless him. It's amazing his hair hasn't grayed as much as others or lost it like some of us, but he seems to be doing pretty well.
Do you think Paul Ryan should have canceled the vote? Deciding not to do a vote to give Trump, a 100-day victory if they were to be able to pass an Obamacare.
If the votes aren't there, you don't do the vote. I mean, it's that simple. You don't want to. Hey,
he's not really a Republican.
That from my friend Chris Matthews.
I was going to say, he's putting you on the fence there, not real Republican.
But no, look, you just don't do the vote if there's no vote there. That's as simple as that. You don't want to get into the situation where you create an embarrassing moment for the House leadership or for the president.
They supposedly got the House Freedom Caucus on board. That's why I asked you the question. If they're on board,
they're on board, but you still have to manage what goes to the Senate.
Yeah, that's true.
So the idea is, this team may be on board, but you want to make sure that when it gets to the other side, that they're going to pick up the mantle and carry it on, as opposed to saying, no, we don't want it. So it was a smart move, I think. I think the White House really wanted to put the pressure on to get it done, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
So
now let me ask you last about advice you have for President Trump in dealing with Congress on tax reform. That's going to be the next big one.
Well, yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think the president has a little bit of an advantage, probably a lot more of an advantage on this than he had on health care. I mean, this is up his alley. It's something he knows well. It's something, quite honestly, from the campaign, he wanted to lead with. He has the advantage in the sense that he doesn't have to do it all at one time, unlike health care. He can do, tax cuts here. He can reform offshore repatriation of offshore funds over there. So he doesn't have to do a complete, robust tax reform package. He can break it up into smaller, bite-sized chunks and deal with it and assess as he goes along how the public is responding and where the support is for certain things he wants to do inside the House and the Senate.
The Democrats are going to be upset with they already are, with the upper bracket cuts.
Yeah.
You think the Republicans should just put that aside for right now and deal with the other brackets and then the corporate tax rate?
At this stage, I would worry less about what the Democrats are concerned about and worry more about how you craft a tax reform package that Senate and House Republicans will support and that you can then articulate to the public. You can't do that. It doesn't matter about anything else. So I think the primary focus has to be on this is where we want to go, these 1, 2, 3 things we want to lead out of the box with. We want to get the House behind it, get the Senate behind it, and we want the president to sign it. Boom. And then everything else will fall in place after that. And trust me, the Democrats going into 2018, if it's a good package, they'll be there.